Addition and subtraction of fractions. Understanding like and unlike fractions. Like fractions have the same denominator, bottom number. Unlike fractions have different denominators. Kid-friendly explanation. Like fractions are like having pieces of the same sized pizza, while unlike fractions are like comparing pieces from different sized pizzas. Understanding like and unlike fractions. Example: 1/4 and 3/4 are like fractions because they both have a denominator of 4. 1/2 and 1/3 are unlike fractions because they have different denominators, 2 and 3. Adding and subtracting like fractions. To add or subtract like fractions, we add or subtract the numerators, top numbers, and keep the denominator the same. Adding and subtracting unlike fractions. Kid-friendly explanation. Imagine you have different sized pizzas, like one cut into halves and one into thirds. To compare or combine these pieces, you need to cut the pizzas into the same number of slices. Adding and subtracting like fractions. Kid-friendly explanation. Example: addition: 1/4 plus 2/4 equals 3/4. Explanation: we add the top numbers. 1 plus 2 equals 3, and keep the bottom number 4. Adding and subtracting like fractions. Kid-friendly explanation. Example: subtraction: 3/5 minus 1/5 equals 2/5. Explanation: we subtract the top numbers, 3 minus 1 equals 2, and keep the bottom number 5. Adding and subtracting like fractions. Picture example: draw a rectangle divided into equal parts, 4 parts for fourths or 5 parts for fifths, to show adding or removing pieces. Adding and subtracting unlike fractions. Find a common denominator. Unlike fractions need a common denominator to be added or subtracted. This means changing both fractions so they have the same bottom number. Adding and subtracting unlike fractions. Kid-friendly explanation. Imagine you have different sized pizzas, like one cut into halves and one into thirds. To compare or combine these pieces, you need to cut the pizzas into the same number of slices. Steps. Choose a common denominator. Pick a number that both denominators can divide into, usually the least common multiple. Convert the fractions. Change the fractions so they both have the same denominator. Add or subtract. Now you can add or subtract the fractions like usual. Example for addition. Add 1/2 plus 1/3. Common denominator for 2 and 3 is 6. Convert. 1/2 equals 3/6 and 1/3 equals 2/6. Add. 3/6 plus 2/6 equals 5/6. Example for subtraction. Subtract 3/4 minus 1/2. Common denominator for 4 and 2 is 4. Convert. 1/2 equals 2/4. Subtract. 3/4 minus 2/4 equals 1/4.